I worked in the BPO industry for 6 years, where I had a great career, which I enjoyed along with vices like party drugs, alcohol, womanizing, until one day I lost everything. I lost my job, I lost my condo and my car. I had to request my sister if I could stay with her family temporarily since I had nowhere to go. I could not even go out of the house like I used to because I did not have money. My sister and her husband invited me to CCF and took the opportunity to share the gospel with me, but I resisted it at first. The day came when my sister and I had a heart to heart talk, and she shared the love of Jesus for me. And before I knew it, I was in tears. And for the first time in my life, I cried to God. That same day in 2010, I signed up to attend a big singles retreat. It was in that retreat where I fully surrendered my life to Jesus Christ and got baptized. It was the start of a new life, and I joined a small group. A year later, my then girlfriend Tiff and I got married. We had a difficult time with our finances because I became jobless for 6 months. But the Lord sustained us. The Lord also allowed us to be faithful in worshiping Him and to be discipled despite having the challenges to make ends meet. We were also entrusted with a discipleship group after 3 years. Since I was jobless, my brother encouraged me to look for a home based online job. I had a prideful heart that time, since I was looking for a managerial role because of my credentials and experience. But no company called me back to hire me. Finally settled for an entry level position, which turned out to be God's great plan. I met this employer from the United Kingdom, and we were able to build a good and strong relationship, and I was able to share the gospel to him. In 2016, my employer needed a team to cover his sales and customer service needs. My wife and I took this opportunity to open a call center business to be his service provider. We dedicated the business to God and made the commitment that we would use the office facility as a venue to share the gospel to people. It was not always easy, but we knew our mandate was to share the gospel, and we would include biblical principles in our training. We tried our best to follow the husband and wife partnership in coaching, in mentoring, and discipling our employees. By God's grace, we would model Christ-likeness to our employees by modeling a harmonious relationship between me and my wife. We would also model integrity by keeping our word to our employees and clients and ensure that there would be no compromises in our business dealings. We would also use CCF Life Goal series as part of our new hires training. We also use GLC materials on a weekly basis with those who were willing to attend the small group. The Lord blessed the small group from an average of 3 attendees to almost 8 to 10. We also sent them to attend true life and couples retreats. We would guide them not only in the workplace, but with their personal lives as well. By God's grace alone, several of our current and previous staff members surrendered their lives to the Lord, publicly declared their commitment to Jesus Christ through baptism, and are now serving Him in various CCF ministries. Today, we have staff members who already left the company and would still communicate with us about their lives and how God is working through them. We are privileged to witness of how the Lord restores marriage and family relationships in the lives of our employees. I am not a perfect boss, and our company is not a perfect workplace. But we acknowledge that we have a perfect God who allowed us to be the steward of His business. With this great role God has given to us in the business, my wife and I know that our primary ministry is our family. And one of the many roles as husband and father is to disciple them. So we are homeschooling our 3 children, which gives us more time to interact with one another and opportunities to mentor and guide them. We would use the CCF Engage the Family devotion materials for our family D group sessions, and we would bring them with us as we serve in the ministry. We are grateful to God for giving us the opportunity and privilege to serve Him. I am Koko Capuno to my Master in Lord Jesus Christ, who enables my wife and me to be His witness in our home, at our workplace, and in our community. To God be all the glory.